Welcome to the deep dive. If you're learning a language, especially English, well, our mission today is definitely for you.
hmm
We're diving into a whole bunch of sources about language learning, and specifically, we're tackling that big one, speaking fluency.
Yeah.
And, the confidence part
Yeah.
too.
Right. And let's be honest, pretty much anyone learning a second language feels that weight, right?
Yeah.
That idea that you need like hundreds of hours logged,
Oh, yeah.
cramming vocab, nonstop grammar
Yeah.
before you can really be fluent.
Exactly. It's that perfectionist trap. You feel like you need to sound like you're giving a TED Talk before you even try.
Mhm.
But the stuff we looked at today, it kind of blows that idea with something really simple. They call it the 2-minute fluency trick.
Yeah, and this isn't about, memorizing verb tenses or something. It's more like a behavioral trick.
Okay.
It's designed to train your brain, not just to know English, but to actually use it, like automatically. It forces you to speak faster, build momentum, and actually make it a daily habit.
So our goal here is to dig into why this works. Like the brain science behind why just 2 minutes might be better than 2 hours.
Right.
And then break down the actual steps, the practical stuff you can do today to feel more confident, like right away. So let's get into the science bit.
Okay, so the first big question is, why just 2 minutes? Seems kind of short, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
Why not 20 or an hour?
Well, if you look at how we learn skills, how memory works, the brain doesn't actually learn that well in these long, drawn-out sessions.
Right. You lose focus.
Exactly. Think about, like, cramming for a test versus, I don't know, training for a sport.
Oh, that's a great way to put it. Studying is all mental load, but training is about doing, physical execution.
Precisely. And the research points towards these short, repeated bursts being way more effective.
Okay.
So when you make yourself speak English, like real unscripted English for just 2 minutes, you're kind of using spaced repetition, but for the skill itself.
Not just for remembering words.
Right. Not just vocab recall. You're
Yeah.
you're basically firing up the parts of your brain for speaking, bypassing all that slow, conscious thinking.
I like the comparison they made to athletes or musicians. It's like building muscle memory, isn't it?
It really is. And okay, obviously language isn't stored in your biceps, right?
Right.
But muscle memory here means that quick, automatic recall. Like how to actually make the sounds. You're training your mouth, your tongue, your breath, and the speech bits in your brain to just do it. Through doing it over and over quickly. The goal is making the physical act of speaking feel smooth, automatic.
So it's not just about knowledge and long-term memory. It's about shifting the process of speaking itself from slow and deliberate to fast and unconscious.
Exactly right. And this quick, intense practice, it trains what the sources call the triple benefit. 3 key things you're improving in just 120 seconds.
Okay, lay it out for us. What's the payoff for our 2 minutes?
First, and this is huge, you train your thinking speed. If that timer's ticking and you've committed to just keep talking, you literally don't have time to stop and translate in your head from, say, Spanish or German or whatever into English.
Okay.
This little bit of pressure forces you to connect the idea straight to the English word.
So you're basically shutting down that internal translator that slows everybody down?
Or, second, you train your natural rhythm and intonation.
How does that work?
Well, when you're just focused on keeping the sound going, you stop pausing after every single word, worrying if the grammar was perfect.
Right.
And that naturally leads to smoother, more connected speech. It sounds more natural.
And the third one, this is the one I think really hits home for people.
Yeah, it's the confidence muscle. This is the psychological win.
Mm-hmm.
Just by getting through 2 minutes without stopping, even if it felt messy, you change your own definition of success. You prove to yourself, okay, I can speak.
Even if it wasn't perfect.
Exactly. The research backs this up strongly. Fluency isn't about knowing every single word. It's not perfection. It's about staying in motion. Keeping the momentum.
Yes. Keeping it going, even when you can't find the perfect word right away.
That shift in what fluency means is so important. The goal isn't dictionary accuracy anymore. It's just keeping the conversation moving forward.
It's a huge psychological shift. Trying for perfection often just paralyzes you, right?
Totally.
But aiming for momentum, that actually lets you move.
Okay, so we get the why. It's about habit, muscle memory, short bursts. Let's get practical. What exactly is this 2-minute fluency trick? How does it work?
It's almost painfully simple. You set a timer, 2 minutes, and you speak. nonstop.
And the key rule, the one that's probably hardest for learners.
No correcting yourself, right?
Absolutely non-negotiable.
Yeah.
That's the core of it. Do not pause to fix a verb tense or change an article.
Why is it so critical?
Because the second you stop the flow to analyze your grammar, you switch your brain back. You stop training the speaking skill and go back to cognitive analysis.
Oh,
And the benefit of the exercise is kind of lost. If you stop talking, technically the timer should stop too.
okay, but hang on. This brings up a big question. I know I'd have this question. Listeners probably do too. If I'm just talking nonstop, what happens when I really do get stuck? Am I just practicing rambling or making mistakes?
That's a really good question. A crucial one, actually. And the answer is about using fillers strategically.
Fillers, like, and,
Oh,
or something else.
well, yes, but more like structured fillers. Think of them as temporary scaffolding, words to keep the sound going while your brain catches up.
Okay, so instead of freezing up.
Exactly. You don't freeze and let that fear of silence take over. Instead, you use a couple of pre-planned phrases. Simple things the sources suggest are like, what I mean is, or maybe how do you say, or even just repeating the last phrase slightly differently.
Huh. So it's like using the pauses we naturally use in our own language, but making them functional, a bit more intentional.
Yeah, you could say it's like professionalizing your pauses.
Okay.
You acknowledge you're searching, but you refuse to let that search kill the momentum. That's the fluency muscle working, keeping things moving.
Got it. Okay, so nonstop rule. Use fillers when stuck. What should people actually talk about for those 2 minutes? The forces gave some good concrete options.
Yeah, 4 really practical ones you can use, like right now. First one's the easiest start. A simple description.
Okay.
Just describe your day, this morning or yesterday after work. It uses basic, everyday words and just gets you talking.
Makes sense. Option 2.
Option 2 is explanation or narrative. A little more involved. Explain something simple, how to make coffee, the plot of a movie you like, tell a quick funny story from your past.
There's a bit more connection between ideas.
Right. Then option 3 is pure reaction. This is great practice for real conversations.
How's that?
Just react out loud to something around you. A news headline you just saw, a song on the radio, look at a photo on your phone and describe it or say what it makes you think. It forces you to process and respond quickly.
Oh, I like that one. And the last one.
Option 4 is great for nailing down rhythm and accent. Repeat after a native speaker.
Shadowing.
Basically, yeah. Grab a short YouTube clip, a line from a TV show, even a bit from a podcast like this one. Don't stress about understanding every word. Just mimic the sound, the flow, the speed.
The great thing about these is they take away the what do I talk about problem.
Oh, totally. Removes that first hurdle. No excuse not to just hit the timer and go.
Which brings us nicely to the payoff, right?
Yeah.
The confidence boost, the psychology of it, and how to make sure this little trick actually sticks becomes a habit.
Yeah, and we need to be real here. The first few times you try this, 2 minutes is going to feel like forever.
Oh, I bet.
You'll pause, you'll probably repeat words, you might stammer a bit. That's totally normal. It's part of it.
But the key is pushing through that friction.
Exactly. Every time you push through, you're chipping away at what psychologists call hesitation. That freeze moment before you speak.
So you're literally training yourself not to pause and second guess so much.
Precisely. And that's incredibly powerful because after just a few days of doing this consistently, something cool starts to happen.
The positive shift.
Yeah, your brain starts making those direct English connections faster because you forced it to. Ideas begin to flow a bit more freely. That hesitation starts shrinking. It's the beginning of finding your flow state.
And that flow state, that tackles the biggest fear for language learners, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Our sources were really clear on this.
They really were. Silence.
Yeah.
Confidence, believing you can do it, it grows specifically because you're facing down that silence. You're filling it with your voice. You learn, maybe subconsciously at first, that you can always make sound, even if it's not perfect English. Just making the sound becomes the win, not the perfect grammar.
That totally reframes failure, doesn't it? Failure isn't making a mistake. Failure is just stopping.
Exactly.
Okay, so we have the science, the method, the psychological boost. How do we make sure this actually becomes a real everyday habit? An unbreakable one.
Consistency is absolutely everything. Can't really skip days and expect that muscle memory to build up properly. The sources give 3 really solid tips to make it stick.
Okay, first up, timing. Got to anchor it somehow.
Yeah. Pick a specific time, same time every day if possible, and link it to something you already do without fail.
Like, while the coffee brews.
Perfect example. Or right after you shut down your work computer. Or before bed. Just needs to be tied to an existing routine. Same context daily.
Good tip. Second, tracking.
Yes. This is important for motivation. The sources really recommend recording yourself doing the 2 minutes maybe once a week.
Ooh, listening back. That can be tough.
It can. You don't have to listen right away or listen to the whole thing, but having that recording, it's objective proof.
Right.
A month later, you listen back to week 1 and you will hear the difference. You'll be smoother, less hesitant. It's undeniable proof you're improving.
That makes sense. And the third tip involves other people. Community.
Yeah, accountability is a huge factor in sticking with anything. The research mentioned sharing your practice, maybe in an online group or forum.
Like the one mentioned, learnwithlucas.com, or just any supportive group.
Exactly. The specific place doesn't matter as much as the principle. Having other people involved, getting a bit of feedback, knowing someone might notice if you drop off, it helps keep you going.
And the results they mentioned. The time frame is kind of amazing.
It really is. They suggested your English can sound noticeably smoother and you'll hesitate less after just 10 days of doing this consistently.
Wow. 10 days, 2 minutes a day. That's only 20 minutes total investment.
For a tangible boost in confidence and flow, that's a pretty incredible return.
It really shows the power of that focused, intense repetition, doesn't it? So wrapping this up, the big takeaway seems to be huge confidence boosts don't necessarily come from huge, overwhelming study sessions. They come from small, consistent actions. Actions that are designed smartly, like this one. It kind of levels the playing field, makes fluency feel more accessible.
Totally. Everyone has 2 minutes, right? No matter how busy you are.
Absolutely. So here's the challenge to you listening. Start your first 2-minute session today.
Don't overthink it.
Right. Don't wait for the perfect topic. Just pick something simple, like they suggested. What I did yesterday. Or my favorite food. No writing it out first, no translating. Just hit start on a timer and talk.
And remember the goal. It's not perfection, that's static. The goal is flow, dynamic movement. Just keep talking until that timer goes off. Use those fillers if you need to.
That commitment to just keep going. Using those little filler phrases as your safety net, that's how you unlock your speaking speed. So we'll leave you with that final thought from the sources.
Speak now. Don't wait for perfect English. Just start your next 2 minutes.
Which leads us to our final question for you to think about.
What's one topic, just one you could talk about for 2 minutes a day without stopping?